Hey Nathan, you know how our commenters have been saying that pickup trucks have gotten too expensive?
I don't blame them.
Well, we've got a new This Just In vehicle for review that is also expensive. In fact, it's so expensive, we won't tell you the price until the end of this video. So what do we got here?
This is the brand new 2024 GMC Sierra AT4X AEV edition. And it has tons of armor, tons of goodies, and this is the most important part, it has the Duramax 3-liter straight six diesel. That's huge because that pretty much gives you everything you could possibly want in a truck like this to make it off-road worthy, very capable in terms of power, and of course, fairly efficient.
Yeah, and I would say outside of like a Raptor or a TRX, it's one of the more expensive half-tons out there. So let me open up the hood while you tell them what all the AEV goodness is attached to this truck.
Okay, so once you get past the AT4X package, which is an off-road package, you slap on skid plates, the front and rear bumper, 18-inch wheels, the rocker protection, floor liners, seat decor, and of course the black door handles. So
I feel like Vanna White pointing at everything.
you're doing a great job, Vanna. but how much do you think that is, just those little goodies alone?
$5,000.
$7,000.
Whoa. Now,
basically.
Now, the probably most expensive option is under the hood, but it's well worth it. It's the new 3-liter, I'm going to call it adolescent Duramax, because that baby Duramax is gone.
Well, yeah, okay, adolescent is fair enough. Now, this is technically the second generation of this 3-liter, and there's been a lot of things that have been done to it. That is including new steel pistons. They've redone the turbo. Fuel injectors have also been redone, and the combustible has been retuned, in addition to the fact that the engine itself has a quieter sound to it, a more refined sound, and all together is ridiculously powerful and efficient. 305 horsepower, 495 foot-pounds of torque, hooked up to a 10-speed automatic transmission.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So we just had, if you're watching alltfl.com where we put up all our videos, we just did a This Just In on the Chevy version, basically of this truck without the AEV parts, the ZR2.
Right, the ZR2.
And that also had this engine in. And it's interesting because I think the Monroney says it gets 20 mpg combined.
Yeah, no, not combined. It's a highway on this one.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why is because of all this heavy stuff, because we're talking about a lot of hardware.
So Tommy took it up to Fort Collins and back.
Right.
He got 24.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So I think this can do better than the EPA estimates. However, because you have the AEV components on this vehicle, you are talking about much, much heavier gear, in addition to the fact that that engine weighs about 170 pounds more than the 5.3 liter, which is available in the lesser version of this.
Well, let's go around to the business end. Now, you don't like these,
I hate these.
the rock rails / steps, because you think they're like somewhere in between your rock
All right,
rail.
you open the door and step in there using the steps.
Yeah, there's not enough.
Yeah. What do you got, about size 13, size 14?
12 and a half, dude.
Really? Your feet look bigger than mine. Mine are 13. That's ridiculous. Okay, so the point is that they're not steps. I tried using them and I slipped off. And here's the thing that happens with these. When they get covered in mud, and they will, especially up here in like Colorado or snow country, these get all gooey. And when you get out of the vehicle, the first thing that hits is the inside of your leg on these things. The same thing happens with steps, but at least with steps, you can put your whole foot on there. But this is not made as a step. It's almost as if they said, no, we really don't want you stepping on it.
I always think that GM just under tires their vehicles, right? So we're looking at Goodyear Wranglers, and they just look a little on the smaller side. I know you can always upgrade them, but I would go at least an inch or two bigger.
Yeah, I would too.
It just look a little too small for the truck, in my eye at least.
Yeah, now it's Big Brother. We recently took to Moab, Utah,
Yeah.
and that thing was a beast, but it was also under-tired. So I think that you and I agree on that. These wheels are part of the package. So is this bumper. And I wanted to point out something with this. As great as this bumper is, and it's just like super beefy and it's built from
Boron.
Yeah. Well, no, actually that's the underside. Boron is not used on this, but this section here on the regular GMC bumper is missing, so you can actually put your foot in there to get into the bed. And you know, those of you who are totally into AEV are going to be yelling at me saying, Nathan, you can take this rear thing here, open it, and make it do this, and still get into the bed. And you'd be correct. However, having the additional steps there, I think would be cool.
Oh, Nate, this is going to be one expensive truck. Because look, it's got the Bluetooth audio system in the tailgate.
Which is something you have to get an option for.
I have actually never seen this in the wild.
I have one other time,
Yeah.
but I have never been able to get these to work properly when I've tried to pair them with my phone, because I've tried to play music that would annoy you,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get it to work that one time we had it. Bear in mind that this is capable of holding a large human being like me without much of a problem, which is great. And then there's a rod over here. I like to call this the Roman rod. So you can, when you have osteo, you can get into the bed easily. The bed itself
Looks like an old man truck.
I know, I couldn't help it. Now there is, if you come over here, you can see. Now, does it say on there what the output is?
Yeah, it does. It says
120?
400 watt, max 400 watt, 120 volt.
Okay, so that's enough for a computer. I really wish that they would make it beefier, you know what I mean? Because there's so many other trucks out there that can power a whole campsite, but it's still useful.
I mean, if I remember right, the ZR2 towed around 9,000 pounds.
Yes.
So this must be very similar, I'm guessing. I don't know how to put... Less? Is it less?
Yeah. This one's around 8,700 pounds.
Uh-huh.
It depends on the packages that you get with it. So 8,600, 8,700 pounds. Let's see if we can do that whole tailgate.
There we go.
Hey!
Look at that. Yeah.
It's like Tetris.
All right, let's go for a ride, huh?
Yeah, let's take it for a spin.
Jump on in.
Now, because of all this stuff that you have in here, you're only able to load around 1,700 pounds.
Oh.
Which...
Wait, what's the payload? 17? Let's see here. The combined weight of carbon must not exceed 1,048 pounds.
Oh, that's even less. Oh, you know why? Because this is the, with the package, with the AEV thing, it drops it down even further.
Whoa, that's not great payload, dude. Basically just 1,000 pounds of payload. So that's you, me, Andre. Who else is big that we know?
Brendan.
Brendan, yeah. That's it.
That's pretty much it.
And maybe Blaze. Maybe.
You know what gets me is that little tiny truck that I drive.
Yeah.
My Santa Cruz holds 1,400 pounds.
We don't have a full sunroof, but we do have a regular.
But yeah, another option, by the way.
Yeah, we do have, some pretty nice tactile, not screen-based HVAC controls.
I do like that. This is over 13 inches worth of screen right here, so it's not the biggest in the industry, but it is pretty damn big, and I think it's a good size.
And then look, you got heated and cooled seats. I have a heated steering wheel. I have a heads-up display. Is there anything that this truck does not have? Look at this French stitching.
Well, that's kind of the point, is that you're paying a premium for this truck over the Chevy that we were talking about earlier, and I think that's because it has everything. By the way, here's where your lockers are.
Yeah.
So there's your rear locker, there's your front and rear locker.
Yeah, Chevy, instead of going with necessarily more power under the hood for their top dog off-roader, which this is, well, I shouldn't say Chevy, I should say GMC.
GMC, yeah.
Or in bigger terms, GM, has gone with a front and a rear locker, which is unusual because neither the TRX or the Ram or the
Ford Raptor?
have a front locker.
Not a proper one like this that you can actuate. There's is a mechanical one, and it's not a full thing. It's a Torsen in one case. But this setup here, we've proven before, is pretty damn good, and it acts quickly, and it makes this truck very capable. But we haven't taken this one to any serious off-roading recently,
well,
so that's
change.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the brake controller being down here?
I don't like it down there at all. I much prefer it up here because
you like it there.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's habit. Now, for some people they'll be like, well, it's out of the way over here, and I would agree with that as well. It's kind of out of the way, and you have all this extra space for nothing. I mean, why not just use that space?
Yeah, why not just use that space?
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a little bit of the beans and see how this diesel accelerates.
This is felt lined.
That's nice.
Premium.
Now you do have to add DEF fluid, of course, so it is going to be a little bit more, expensive to run it.
Well, I mean,
Here we go.
There it goes.
Oh, there goes the turbo. I think we get a little bit of wheel spin.
But yeah, that lag
is
actually a little bit less than it used to be in my estimation. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this.
It's pretty peppy.
It gets up and goes. And then here's the thing about it. It's a diesel, but in traffic it drives just like a regular Turbo 4 or the V8 version of this truck. There's a little bit of lag, but just stop and go traffic, completely happy.
You know, I think this 3-liter diesel is just a gem of an engine.
Agree 100%. It's my favorite GM engine.
Yeah, I think, you know, people love their V8s, but if it were me, I would forego the 5.3 or the 6.2. If you had the extra money, and definitely go for this one.
Well, especially if you were someone who actually was somewhat serious about, let's say, going overlanding.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you want to do overlanding? You want maximum range.
Well, look at this. Let me show you. 601 miles of range, according to the truck, on a full tank. That's crazy, dude.
That is insane.
Yeah.
But we've proven it before that, you know, diesel trucks really are set up for stuff like that, which is why this is an ideal setup. You don't have to get all the extra AEV stuff either. You don't have to get this thing fully kitted out. Just the regular AT4X version, or AT4 even,
I think
is quite good.
I think, remember like when the Gladiator diesel came out, that was the perfect truck to lift, because if you wanted to roll bigger tires, you had plenty of torque.
All that torque, it just didn't really care. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Even with the regular V6, it didn't care that much.
Yeah, but this is a great truck if you really want to go crazy and lift it and really make it, you know, your monster off-roader. I like the way it drives, you know. It's very soft and very solid, and I like those two feelings. When I say soft, I mean, you know, the ride is really good actually for a truck. And I think that's because it's an off-roader, right?
Right.
These bumps don't like go through my spine.
I think that's part of the sacrifice too, because you have the off-road suspension that is so capable and flexy. You are losing capability when it comes to both towing and, more importantly, payload. That's where our payload's gone, is to the off-road suspension and all the armor that's on this thing.
Well, I think this deserves Moab, dude.
I think you are 100% correct.
So guys, we'll be taking this to Moab. In fact, Nathan's driving it to Moab tomorrow. So
That's right.
So what we'll probably do is we'll do an MPG loop to actually find out what kind of fuel economy we're getting.
Yeah.
And then we'll off-road it to see how it actually does off-road. We like you said, we just took the bigger brother of this, the HD truck off-road, and it did really well.
It did, but it was also like over $100,000 for that thing, man. That was an expensive truck.
Well, tell them how much this costs?
Yeah,
Let's go outside.
I want to go stand up so I don't pass out.
I know.
Yeah, I got the
All right,
numbers right here.
Nathan, what's the damage on this?
All right, drum roll. As I have the sticker in my hand.
Yes, what is it?
Now, bear in mind, you get this. The starting is at $79,000. Basically, $79,000 is where it starts. This one, with a few extra goodies, comes out to $88,585. $88,000.
So just shy of 90,000.
Yeah, just under 90. So you could say that this undercuts its big brother by around $15,000 and change. Maybe $16,000 or $17,000 with the one that we took over to Moab. And that one towed more and could haul more, but it was also bigger, physically bigger. I like the size of this, and I think that this will actually fare better in Moab. That's my guess.
Well, we're going to find out hopefully in the next 2 days, and so come back to alltfl.com when we join you in Moab to see how the ultimate GMC off-roader does in the ultimate off-road playground. As always, this is Roman
And Nathan.
saying see you soon. Ciao.
Bye.